everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Sandy's House, where ingredients and taste meet. Today, we will be making a yummy goodness gooey treat called Knock You Naked Brownies. You heard me right. Knock You Naked Brownies. The myth is that the brownies are so good, they will knock you naked. This brownie originated at the Salt Creek steakhouse in Breckenridge, Colorado, but it was made famous when the Pioneer Woman made it on her show. And today we are going to make it. So let's get started. Okay, this recipe is quick and easy. We're going to use a box of German chocolate cake mix. I'm using Betty Crocker, but you can use any brand. We're going to put our cake mix in our bowl here. And then we're going to add 1 stick of melted butter. I'm going to stir that in. I'm going to get all of this butter out of here. And then we're going to add 1/3 cup of evaporated milk. And those are all of the ingredients we need for this batter. And so we're going to stir this up until it comes together. And it's going to be thick. It's going to be very, very thick. So don't get concerned about that once you get it all mixed in here. Okay, I have a 9 by 9 inch pan, and I've already sprayed it with my non-stick baking spray. We're going to take half of this batter and add it to the pan. And then we're going to spread it out evenly across the bottom. Okay, so we have our batter all pressed out in the pan. We're going to put this in the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, so this brownie is filled with caramel. The original recipe uses pecans. We're using sliced almonds, chocolate chips. So we're going to work on our caramel. I'm going to add 1/2 cup of evaporated milk to 60 pieces of caramel candies. And we're just going to, over medium heat, melt this down. It's going to take a minute, but it's going to be very well worth it. Okay, everybody, our caramel is all ready. Look how silky and luscious this is. Our brownie base is out of the oven. Now we're going to assemble. So we're going to pour the caramel all over the bottom layer of our brownie batter. And pour this all in here. Okay, and then we're going to top it with 1 cup of almonds. You can use whatever nuts you like. As I said, this recipe originally calls for pecans, but I have almonds, and that's what I'm going to use, almonds. But you can use whatever you want to. And then we're going to top it with 1/3 cup of Ghirardelli semi-sweet chocolate chips. Okay, so we have it all assembled, got everything in here. Now we've got to put the top on it. So we put half of the batter on the bottom, and the other half we're going to lay on top. So as you can see, I have shaped it in the size of our pan, and I'm going to do my best to try to lay this on top without it falling apart on me. And the best way to do this is with parchment paper because it lifts off easier, and then we'll have to move it and shape it a little bit, but I think we pretty much got it all in here. Yes. Okay, we got the other half of our brownie batter all laid in our pan here, and now we're going to put it in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. Ooh, y'all, this is some yummy goodness for real. Our brownies are out of the oven. We let them chill in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. If you decide to do this recipe, your brownies really should chill in the refrigerator for a couple of hours, but for the sake of this video, we chilled them for 30 minutes. Dusted them with some powdered sugar. Here's a tip. Sometimes when you use powdered sugar, it can get wet and disappear, like if you put it in the refrigerator or leave it sitting out. If you want to stabilize your powdered sugar, for every 1/4 of a cup, add a teaspoon of cornstarch, and that'll stabilize it, and it won't get wet on you and it won't disappear. We shaved some chocolate, added that as a garnish, put a little strawberries, added some ice cream. Now we are ready to dig in, but before we do that, we're going to close as we always do. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord protect you. May the Lord smile upon you and be gracious to you. May our Lord show you his favor and give you his peace as only he can. Thank you so much for baking it breezy with me today, and I'll see you next time. That is so good.